So today we are going to talk about paintbrushes in the art room, and unfortunately here we have some dead brushes. These are brushes that were not washed out or not washed out all the way. When you try to touch their bristles, you can see that there is not much give, it's not moving. So using this trying to paint is not going to work very well, unfortunately. So this is a dead brush. Now, we do have some solvents that could possibly fix this brush. Chances are probably not, because there's just so much paint in there that this is probably going to be wasted. And this is probably a $6, $7 brush, just right here. So imagine all of the money that is just going in the garbage because students did not wash out their brushes. They were just so lazy that they threw their brush in the sink or back in the bin or their drawer and didn't think twice. So taking care of your brush is very, very important if you want to do good painting. You have to have good materials to make good works of art. And if we don't have good brushes, then you are out of luck. So these again are all brushes that were not cleaned out. You can even see the paint on them, and this happens way too often. So your job is to make sure that there are no brushes left in the sink, none that are left at your table or in bins or drawers that are covered in paint. Okay, so now we're going to talk about how to wash the brushes. So I have some nice brushes here. Some of these are new, and you can tell they're new because there's nothing on them. They bend very flexibly. They work really well. So I'm going to imagine that I just was done painting here. Okay, so there is a brush full of paint. When you're painting, you want to make sure that you have a cup full of water, and to keep your brush in that cup just while you're painting. If you're not painting and you're ready to wash, that doesn't really make a difference. But if you were painting at your table, having that cup is going to keep your brush from drying out, and it will let you rinse your brush like so you can get a different color. But now we're going to focus on washing brushes. Okay, so I have a dirty brush. All right, even if it was sitting in here, and I take it out, there's still going to be paint on there. See that? Yep, there's paint. And we're going to wash it at the sink. Now, washing brushes is really not that difficult. You're going to turn on the water. I like to keep it around kind of a warm temperature, but cold water will work too. You don't want it super hot, though. Sometimes that will damage the bristles or the glue holding the bristles together. And I'm just using one hand here because I'm holding the camera with the other. But I'm just massaging the bristles. It's a little too hot. There we go, maybe. Turn that down a little bit. Okay, massaging the bristles as best as I can. And when the water runs clear and I have no paint on my finger anymore, there's nothing there, I can double check. I don't see any paint, then you're good to go. Now sometimes paint gets on the handle of the brush, and that's not as much of a big deal, but it is good practice to wash that off too. So when the next class comes in, kids are not grabbing the brush and then getting paint all over their hands. So it's good practice to keep it as clean as possible. Then with storing brushes, if you're storing it in your drawer, you can just lay it in your drawer on its side, like so. Okay, leave it like that. Or if you are returning it to a bin, then make sure that you are storing it upright in the right bin. So we have small brushes, we have medium brushes, and then these are the large brushes. They have labels. Okay, now kind of judging this one based off of the size, it looks like it's probably closer to a medium size, and you're going to just stick that right in the bucket with the hair side up. So imagine that this is their hair, maybe their face would be here, and they're stuck up. They're stuck up brushes. And that way you don't damage their bristles. If you put it down, face down, sometimes these can get kind of warped. It's really difficult to paint with those. So just to keep them nice and, or looking nice. And that is it for brush care. So don't let them die. Okay, that's sad. When they're dead like that, it's a lot of money down the drain. No dead brushes. We want to keep them alive as long as possible. All right, thank you for watching.